Edward was panting up behind with every ounce of steam he had. I've always been green. I wouldn't want to be any other colour either. Well, later Thomas was resting when Percy arrived. Those buffers don't look very safe to me. Load poured down. Help! I'm choking! Percy was worried. Toby had to take Annie and Clarabelle. Poor Thomas. The water column stood at the end of the siding. Come on, he puffed. Oh, screamed the trucks. Edward puffed and clanked. The trucks rattled and screamed. A coupling was broken and some trucks were left behind. Mind the cows! Hurry! Shoo! He moved slowly onto the bridge, but the cow wouldn't shoo. She had lost her calf. Moo, said the cow. Henry backed away nervously. The porter led them away. Well. What can the matter be? Sang the fireman. Just you climb on the cab and look for Thomas. Oh, no! He spoke to the station master. And the station master told the guard and driver what had happened. You're a very good friend indeed. They are very proud when he calls them really useful. You're not that old, replied Thomas cheekily. Thought of all his friends who liked engines. Then, beep, beep. Why didn't I think of him before? Maybe he'll buy you. The vicar and his two boys. I've got him cheap, Jem. Old iron. Why, Edward could beat you in a race any day. Really? I should like to see him do it. Next morning, James's driver was suddenly taken ill. He could hardly stand, so the fireman uncoupled James ready for shunting. James was impatient. Suddenly, the signalman shouted. Then he told the fireman what had happened. I can't stop! Help! Help! Holding a noose of rope in the crook of the shunter's pole. So the old iron caught you after all. Trevor, the traction engine, enjoyed living in the vicarage orchard. "Hello, Thomas," said Edward. "Yes, of course," replied Thomas, but he was still puzzled. We must get these pilings past. The coaches were full of children. Go. Thomas pulled him to the junction. One morning, he was very cheeky indeed. "Ha ha ha!" laughed Percy and showed him a train of dirty coal. "The fat controller will come and see you." "Ah!" "Oh!" They were making a plan. "We can't be too careful about signals. Down means go, and up means stop." The driver laughed and explained. Silly. "Yes, sir, I am, sir." "But I like Duck better than Montague." The two engines went off together. Out. Smoke. "We'll soon stop that nonsense, you..." "Stop that noise!" bellowed the fat controller. Percy worked hard. The fat controller is very pleased with us. "Stupid thing," said Percy. "Why can't it go and..." Whirled his arms and buzzed away. "I say, Toby, that Harold..." Well, I'll be a ding-dong-dang. Then the fat controller spoke to Duck. Terence the tractor gave him a big welcome too. Duck was very... But one day, Thomas's fireman was ill. Thomas saw Harold land. The inspector scrambled into the cab.
What are you engines doing here? Silly things, Henry snorted. Anyway, he ran off to the harbor singing. Danger means falling down something. Driver doesn't know my plan, chuckled Percy. Then bumped Percy's driver and fireman off the footplate. Said Percy, sliding past the board. That's enough! Well, 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 chuckled Henry.
It was a splendid day. The trucks and coaches behaved well. The engines were glad when a visitor came. The fat controller introduced him. The silly engines were flattered. Diesel looked hurt. Perhaps you would collect my trucks while I fetch Gordon's coaches. When Duck returned, Diesel was trying to take some trucks from a siding. Diesel found them hard to move. Oh! The trucks groaned. Gave a great heave. And the gear jammed in the sleepers. Thank you for arranging these, Diesel. Shut up, he ordered and bumped them hard. Nonsense, said Henry. Next day, he spoke to the trucks. Duck told me one about Gordon. Disgraceful, said Gordon. Disgusting, said James. Despicable, said Henry. Duck called me a galloping sausage.
It's not fair, he complained. Duck felt happier with Edward and set to work at once. The two engines had to work hard. Oh, glory! Look at that! I'll teach you. And he lathered Duck's face all over. Poor Duck. I didn't know you were being a brave engine. Of course. Time's time. Why should I keep my passengers waiting while Henry and James dawdle about all day on viaducts? Soon Bertie grew cross with Thomas. Late again. James was later than ever at the junction. I'm sorry, Thomas, he puffed. I was held up at the station, and the viaduct made it worse. Donald and Douglas are twins, and things always went wrong when he had to take it out. But Sir Topham Hatt was most annoyed. James didn't say. The conductor was anxious. Go steady. The van's breaking. Douglas was grand, sir. I want to be fair, Douglas. Donald and Douglas were used to it. Coupled back to back with a van. He'll send us away for sure. The twins were splendid in the snow, added Henry. It isn't fair. He explained what that was. Percy ran back quickly. Did you say tell Sir Topham Hatt? Asked Duck thoughtfully. That would be dreadful, sir. But your names will be painted on you. We'll have no more mistakes.
Thomas had become conceited. Driver says I don't need him now. Percy and Toby were still asleep. Thomas suddenly remembered. Soon found his mistake. But he couldn't. He tried to stop, but he couldn't. Thomas was in disgrace. There was worse to come. Will she go, sir, when Thomas comes back, sir? Next, they tried the carriage shed. But whatever is that rubbish? The rubbish turned out to be Annie, Clarabelle, and Henrietta, who were most offended. We won't stay here to be insulted, they fumed. She saw that a milk van was about to be coupled to her. Everyone argued with her, but it was no use. So they uncoupled the van. One day, Toby brought Henrietta to the station. Tell you what, replied Toby. Percy had never been to the quarry before. He began ordering the trucks about. Come along, puffed Percy. No nonsense. On, on, they cried. I am sorry, sir, replied Percy. And for ships in the harbour. One morning, listen, he doesn't know you're twins, so we'll take away your names and numbers. Puffing hard, I want my trucks, please. Just then, Edward bustled up. The twins were abashed. But tonight there was trouble. A lady in a green floppy hat was saying goodbye to a friend. It was nearly time for Gordon to start. The fireman looked back towards the guard's van. Everyone was very surprised and cross. So now he set off first. By mistake, he sent Edward along the main line. And arrived cold and cross on one of the sidings near the harbour. We'll take it to the harbour and dump it in the sea. Gordon still believes that Boko saved his life. He should give up and be preserved before it's too late. You're right, Duck, said Boko. On the way, the weather changed. His fireman rode in front, dropping sand on the rails by hand. We've taken your side rods off. Now you're like an old-fashioned engine. Can you get these people home? They must start back tonight. I'll try, sir, promised Edward. Steady, boy, warned his driver. Henry was waiting for the visitors with the special train. But excited passengers cheered and thanked Edward. his driver and fireman. Percy knew where he was, even in the dark. That'll teach him to say I'm a silly little engine. Oh dear, exclaimed Thomas. And takes them to the hills for the farmers to feed their stock. You're like... What's that to Tomas? He can always catch up time further on. Treacle was upset all over Percy. And his wheels wouldn't grip. Driver showed him what he looked like in a mirror. They were grumbling about Thomas for being late. And cold but confident, the twins set off to the rescue. For all your hard work. 1, 2, 3. Harold the helicopter touched down gently in the snow. And the party began.